Hey guys, it's Monet and welcome back to my channel.
All I do is adore you all of the time. I'd like to. I'd like to.
So yeah, I'm wearing kind of the same clothes I filmed in the same day. Sorry. Today we are going to do my 7 favorite series of all time. And I did 7 just because one of them, they kind of go together. 2 of them kind of go together, so I just compensate it for you guys basically. And so yeah, they're not in any particular order, although I feel like I should put them in some type of order, but we're just gonna go with it. So we're just gonna jump right on in. So basically for my series section, I had to kind of make rules for them. So my rules was it can't be a trilogy because those are trilogies, and then on top of that it has to be, I have to have read at least 3 books into the series. So my favorite series ever, and it's up there, it's like top 2, and it is the House of Night series by PC Cass and Christina Cass. And I don't know why, I read it at the right time, you guys. I read this in middle school. All the series, I have all the books except for one, which bugs me so much. And I flew through these books. I devoured them so much, and I just love this book. Basically, it's following this girl named Zoe, and everyone knows about vampires. Humans know about vampires. Basically, it's a thing that kind of just happens to you. You kind of like just turn into a vampire, and once that happens, you have to go into a vampire school, and you get to see her figuring out these types of things, but she's different. She's the only one with, you know, full face tattoos, and because when you turn into a vampire, you get like a little moon crescent, and you just get to see her kind of just going through everything. And then you have like an unexpected but expected villain, I think, and it's just so good. I don't know, I just really love this series. It's near and dear to my heart. I love it so much. The second book that I have here, which I haven't finished the series, I'm 3 books in. I'm moving on to the 4th book, so I'm moving on to the last book in this series, and it is Hush Hush by Becca Fitzpatrick. I know I'm kind of late, but it's a Fallen Angel book, which I haven't read anything about fallen angels prior to reading this, so I was very intrigued about this book. It's about this girl named Nora, and she meets this guy named Patch in biology, of all places. Everything happens in freaking biology, man, I swear. Teen Wolf happened in biology, like, or was that chemistry? It was science. So, basically she meets him, and her whole entire life is just flipped, turned upside down, and everything. So basically she kind of have to go through her day-to-day life and just deal with this fallen angel mess that she has to deal with. And I'm not gonna say anything else because yeah, I'm just gonna stop there because I don't want to say nothing else. But yeah, this book, this series, I kind of like it so far, and I hope the last book is good, or else I'm gonna be kind of upset, because I don't know. Same with the House of Night series. Like, that last book, I did not like the last book at all. I don't think it wrapped up everything. I don't know. So the next series that I kind of have here is the Thirst series by Christopher Pike, and this is volume number 1, so these are bound ups of other like books. And I just now realized that the Remember Me is actually a series. It's multiple books bound in that one, so that's that. But so it's about this girl named Alyssa, and she is a vampire. And basically you get the sense that she really doesn't want to be a vampire. She wants to be human. She wants to have that humanity that everyone else has. And it does have a religious kind of undertone to it, though I'm not quite sure what religion. I can't remember, but it's a good book though. and it's just about her adventures and her meeting this kid named Seymour, I believe, and he's basically a human, but he also has like these prophecies, like he's basically a prophet in a sense, and they kind of team up. And yeah, basically she's kind of like an Edward Collins of this vampire world. Like, she feeds, but she doesn't kill her people, the people that she feeds on. Then you find out that there was this ancient thing that gave paradoxes to people that they have to live out. And basically her creator, the person that turned her, has to basically come and kill her. And she has a paradox as well, but I believe it's something along the lines of basically she has to live, I think. So it's like this guy gave these two people a paradox, and you know, one can't be fulfilled without breaking the other, basically. And it's just really weird and kind of cool how this came along. And basically reincarnation is a thing in this book, and her lover before that she turned into a vampire is actually reincarnated. So it's really weird, and she ends up falling in love with him again. So this book, it was really good. I read it in middle school, and like I said, I think I read it at the right time. Like, obviously in middle school it was a very big vampire hype the more that I think about it. And yeah, that's when I read this book, Vampire Hype. Would recommend if you're into that. So the next book that I have here is Harry Potter by J.K. Rowling, and if you have not read this book, read this book. What are you doing? Read the series. What are you doing? So the next book that I have here is Cinder by Marissa Meyer, and this is the Lunar Chronicles, and this is so good. It's like fairy tale retellings in every single book, and they all come together, and it's so good. So good. Please read the book if you have not read this series. It's so good. Bloodline series, because the Bloodline series and the Vampire Academy series go together, so that's why I have them together. Basically, this one follows Rose Hathaway, and this one follows Sage. Well, her name really isn't Sage, but that's her nickname that Adrian gave her because goals. But yeah. Hi guys, so I am currently editing the top 7, I guess, like, series that I have, and I just now realized that my camera died. I'm talking about Vampire Academy. So basically, Vampire Academy follows Rose Hathaway, and she's basically this shadow-kissed vampire, and she basically, one thing that I noticed is I say basically a lot, but there's just a lot going on in that series, in a sense. I'm trying not to spoil it if you haven't read it. That was pretty old, so I feel like you would have read it by now if you had any interest in it. But let's just say that she's trying to protect her best friend, and she is pretty set on like protecting her and everything. But she kind of gets sidetracked with Dimitri, and she basically has to bring him home or kill him. Basically, she sets out to kill him, but it doesn't work out, and that's basically that series. Sort of. The Bloodlines, it follows, I think her name was Sydney. She's an alchemist, and basically she cleans up after all the other vampires. She gets rid of the bodies and things like that, and it follows her uncovering the truth about what really is happening in her world. So you find out that some people that you're supposed to trust and obey are basically lying to you, and they're telling you, you know, vampires aren't good, you shouldn't like them and things like that, but they're kind of doing things that are worse than what vampires do. And you also learn the secret behind her tattoos and certain tattoos and what certain tattoos mean and things like that. So yeah, those are basically the stories. Those are my favorite books, not necessarily of 2017, but basically some of the ones that, you know, that I've kind of taken a liking to. So if you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Comment down below your favorite series, or any series that you recommend for me to read. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
All I do is adore you all of the time. I like to